Hello, it's Mark Rogan from O'Neill Real Estate. This is 9 Manderstone Way in Canning Vale, and there's a lot to see with this one, folks. There is so much going on, and the location is absolutely brilliant. I am not Google Maps, but you can get onto Google Maps. You can see how close it is to everything, but there's a park, like, right over there. Right over where? Right over there. That there, that's the park. There's a lake, beautiful walk trails, all of that right on your doorstep, and it's very close to a lot of other stuff too. Cafes, shops, the whole bit. It's all nearby when you live here, but this is your home. Let's go and see it. I'm banging on about parks. I've got to show you this house. I mean, even if you didn't get to go to the park, just the fact you get to go here is very, very good. So this is what is going on. We have got 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of space to go and see, and we will go room by room to see all the detail of what is going on with this one. This is kind of like the home open you have if you can't make it to the home open. That's the way I'd like to describe this. And I'll give you a quick crash course before we go through. Firstly, beautiful high ceilings, a very nice entrance to the home, very welcoming, and a sign of things to come. Very good quality all the way through. There is the lounge at the front. There's a study just there, and the main bedroom through here. Again, we're going to see all the detail. Don't stress about that. And then this awesome main living space through here. It is a beautiful place to be, I've got to tell you. It is a very nicely presented and very livable home. So all of that overlooking this lovely pool and that fantastic alfresco area. That's just the main area. Then you go through to the theatre room and those secondary bedrooms down here. All of that we will see as we go. But for now, back to the front to take the full tour. So I think what we'll do is living areas, then bedrooms, then outside. Or maybe living areas, then outside, then bedrooms. I mean, I don't know. I kind of just take it as it comes. You'll be joining me on that particular journey. If you're going, I want to see other stuff, skip along. That's the advantage of the video focus. And we'll pick it up as we go. So this is the lounge room at the front. Nice to have a bit of a separate space. And what's beautiful about this whole design as well is that it can be closed off from the rest of the house if you want to. So you've kind of got, well, presumably, I don't know who I'm talking to here. I don't know if you're the person buying it or if you're watching it for somebody else or what the situation is. But there's a pretty good chance if it's your name on the title, you get the main bedroom. So this is, I'm going to call this your end of the house. If you're watching this and it's not going to be your house, well, this is their end of the house, okay? So if your name's on the title, you get that. So you've got this living area here. You can close it off from the main living space if you want to. And here's your main bedroom. I've already changed my plan. I'm already looking at bedrooms, even though I said I was going to start with living areas. But I think this is really probably the best way for us to investigate what is going on. So a beautiful bedroom, nicely separated from everything else if you need it to be. We have the walk-in wardrobe, hanging space on that side and on that side. And over this side, we have the beautiful ensuite bathroom. So this is very nicely done. Big space too. We have the shower, the bath, the double vanity. And through here, we have the toilet. I didn't turn the light on in preparation. It's just a toilet. We don't really need to make a big deal about it, but you do need to make a big deal about it. If this is your bedroom, you've got it separate. I'm going to point this out because, you know, saw a lot of houses over the years. The toilet in the ensuite when there's no door, look, it's not the end of the world, but it does change the functionality of it because, you know, I'm a married guy. I love my wife dearly and we've got a really good relationship. But the idea of brushing your teeth while the other person's on the can, just no. So that's, you wouldn't, right? But it does change the practicalities of the bathroom. So this is practical. Have I laboured the point enough about that? Probably. Time to move on. All right. we have another feature to point out here as well. I pointed out the loo before, and look, if you're really, privacy focused, well, you can use this one. This is the powder room that's at the front of the home. So great for the guests. It's off the entrance. It's not like right on the living area, which again, as a guest in somebody's home, if you need to sort of use the bathroom, well, you don't really want it to be like right on the living area. So that is nice, because the main living area is where you'd be having those guests, because you've got that outdoor living space, you've got all of that. There is so much to explore with it. But one thing I didn't yet show you is the study, and that is right here. So we have a great work from home space. Man, I just want to work from this home because it is comfortable in here. Even the acoustics are good in this room. The carpet, nice thick carpet, lovely new curtains on there as well. Nice modern, the vertishears. So you've got the vertical blind built into a sheer curtain. So all of the advantages of both of those. Privacy blockout, as well as the nicely diffused natural light throughout the course of the day. So that's your study. So carpet in the main bedroom, carpet in the lounge room and the study. Nice quality carpet as well, and tiled flooring through the living areas and passages. Really all about functionality, but also really all about comfort. And it is a very comfortable home. Look at the size of these high ceilings. I haven't checked, but I'm going to take a guess and say 33 course through here. I don't know for sure. I can't measure it right now. You can maybe make that judgment for yourself, or come here, measure it if you really care. But I can tell you right now, it feels spacious because we've got nice high ceilings. The living area and meals area, very nicely kind of integrated. So you've got the benefit of an open plan living space, but you've got closed off options. It is nice to have both, because it is hard in some houses where it is just so open. It's hard to deal with that. It's hard to make that work. Here, it all works really well. So the kitchen has heaps of bench space. It is a very practical design. Loads of room to work over there. You've got the dishwasher, the sink, overlooking everything as well, because let's face it, there's a whole lot of action happens between here and here. And while that action's happening through here, you've got a nice outlook over the pool. Keeping an eye on things. If you're entertaining or even just normal everyday family life, you're still part of the action, which I love. Now on this side, we have the, not just room for the two-door fridge, we have room for the pigeon pair. The fridge and freezer running as separate units, because chances are if you've got a house like this, you'll be entertaining quite a few people. And it's the sort of house where you get a few hanger-oners as well. So you've got to cater for them, and you can do it very nicely from there. And the pantry also allows for that. We're going to talk about more storage in just a moment, but we're going to come back to that, because that is the shopper's access to the garage, and there's more storage there. You might have already picked that up if you've seen the floor plan that's available at markrogan.com.au. If you haven't, well, we'll go and check it out. So that pretty much sums up what's going on in here. I did say living areas are going to happen, and we are back in the living areas with this one. This is the theatre room. We have all of this set up with French doors, so you can open those French doors and say hello to this great space here. The projector, included by negotiation, staying there on the wall for that high quality screen over on that side, perfectly positioned. Get this, that's very bright sunshine there. I have picked possibly the worst time of day to show you this, but that is positioned so that you can watch the footy from the pool. That's what goes on. And these folks are Dockers fans, so watching from the pool historically might not have been a bad idea. And the ideas behind that is obviously that it all opens out to that entertaining area with those, I was about to say bifold, I think that's trifold. It folds in 3 spots with those folding stacker doors that will allow that nice kind of integration and flow between the theatre room and the outdoor area. I No, we're going to do outdoor now. No, bedrooms. Look, skip along if you want to see outdoor. You can see the pool. It's awesome. We'll deal with the bedrooms. They're not exciting, but I mean, they are great. At the end of the day, we all need to sleep, so this is important. Now, this is a secondary bedroom. We've got lots of room to work with in here. Great big sliding doors on the built-in robes. And this is a good sized room. Anything that fits a treadmill. They are the biggest, bulkiest, blasted things. I love it. It's a great idea to walk on the spot. But sometimes just like, this wretched thing takes up so much space. This room fits a treadmill with room to spare, which is a pretty good sign that it's a good sized room. It'll fit a queen size bed. You can see more details about that, of course, on the floor plan at markrogan.com.au. Now, that is bedroom number 2. This is bedroom number 3. Again, a very good sized room. This is also going to fit a queen size bed if you need it to. Currently, it fits nothing but a bar heater and a mirror, which is looking at itself in the mirror. It never ends. And that is, goodness me, how much real estate agent can you get in that? Everywhere you look, there's real estate agent. Ugh. Even as a real estate agent, it's just too much. So you've got the sliding doors along there, plenty of storage in this bedroom. Now, that is bedroom number 3. Again, with the beautiful new carpets in there, and bedroom number 4, ain't nothing in here except for space. Good space. Will you fit a queen size bed? You certainly will. This is the built-in wardrobe here, and loads of room to do your thing. We've got the PowerPoints over here. We've got more PowerPoints over there. So a few options as to how you set it all up. Now, this is, I don't normally get excited about a laundry. Maybe 1 in 10 laundries, I would say, is a good laundry. This is good laundry. Plenty of bench space along here. And storage in there. More storage right here. So storage matters, and it's been well thought out in this house. This was not somebody's first build, I've got to tell you. There's, you do go to those houses where you're like, person who lived here, I don't know if they've ever lived in a house before, because it just doesn't function. Here, it really, really does. And we have the main bathroom, vanity, the bathtub. Nice natural light through here too. And depending on how you're feeling, that could be good or bad. If you don't want the natural light and you just want to go with the soft lights of the downlight over the vanity, well, then you just drop the blinds, because there are blinds in here as well. That is the shower. Do I need to point that out specifically? No, but I talked about everything else in detail, so I thought I'd better mention it. And this one here is another toilet. So we have 3. We have obviously already covered what the value of the water closet is and its privacy. Again, if you've got guests that need to do that, they can shut this door. They can very subtly make their way down there. Look, I'm all for things being done right when it comes to that sort of stuff. And this place has done it right. 4 bedrooms plus a study, 2 bathrooms, 3 toilets. We're on a winner, folks. We're really on a winner. And we will get to that garage, because I do want to point out that storage to you, but now I really have to immerse in what's happening in this outdoor entertaining area, and it is a good one, folks. This is really, these are party people. I don't know them well yet, but I'm liking them a lot. And they are party people. They've set this up for entertaining. Loads of space out here, people sitting around, having a good old time, in and out of the pool, into the spa. Beautiful spa there. That thing, they keep that going all year too, because they really like to, in winter, it's party time. In summer, it's party time. It's party time. Under the cover of the beautiful big patio that runs across here, it's all really nicely set up. So all of that nice and secure. I'll show you that side from the other side of the garage. which we'll get to in just a moment. Pool is really well designed too. You've got the safety ledge, or the seat, right around that side. I'll go through. How about that? There you go. Safety ledge all around that side, all around. Great for the kids, and also just great, again, if you're entertaining. If you're sitting there, there's that screen. Those bifold doors open, you've got to picture that, and all that going on as well. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's a good fun place, folks. It's a good fun place. And, you know, whether you're entertaining a whole bunch of people with the inside-outside kind of flow, or just, you know, you on your own, there's always somewhere to sit, there's always somewhere to be. All right, we will go back through that shopper's access side to get that full experience of what's going on there. Not that it's like an experience you're like, wow, going through that door was incredible, Mark. Thanks so much for showing me. I wasn't trying to say it that way. It's just so that you get the idea of the flow. We're coming back to that, though. I know you can, you know, connect dots. I'm not questioning that. Okay, over here, we have... I've got to show you this because otherwise I'm not going to get back here, and I do want to show you. This is your backdrop from the bedroom windows too, by the way. It's nice garden. They've really set it up very nicely, and it's all paved. It's all easy. It's all low maintenance. It's just a nice place to be. Another garden shed. I didn't go on too much about it before, and it is my tendency to go on about things, so I will come back to this, and that is the location. Going out is a hassle. Okay, I'm 40 years old. I'm at that point. I don't know how many kids there are in the house. There's quite a lot of them. They move very quickly, so it's hard to know for sure, but there are a lot of kids. So going out can be annoying. But when you're here, you can just walk to places. If you feel like going out for breakfast, you can walk down. There's cafes just up the road. If you want to go out for a meal, there's restaurants just up the road. There's something all over the place, you know, that you can just do. Even kids with music lessons. My kids do music lessons just around the corner here at Forte School of Music, and it's really good. But you've got the convenience of it being pretty much on your doorstep. Everything is walking distance. Now, if you do, obviously, need to go in the car, the great place to put it is here. Now, this fits a Land Cruiser that has a bit of a lift on it. So it is a good sized garage. I'll even show you this way so you can see it for yourself. We'll check that out in a moment. It's doing its thing opening up. This is the storeroom that I was talking about before. So handy to have that. And the garage is a great size. Like, this is pretty much where like your average garage would finish, is here. So you've got this extra space through here for storage, for access, for the slightly longer vehicle to stick its nose in. And that's your shopper's access door just there. I told you they entertain a lot because that was the fridge and the freezer inside. And another pigeon pair out here. Or not pigeon pair, twin door, whatever you call it. That's the fridge. So you've got this storeroom through here, plenty of space for a bit of extra shelving, all the gardening gear, all that kind of stuff, the camping gear, stuff you want to keep dry. It's all under the main roof, and it is all very nicely set up. This is a good one, folks. I think that pretty much shows you everything you could possibly need to see. I didn't really take a tour through the front garden before. I will do that, and I'll also point this out too. That's the other side, just to, you know, I'm sure you've worked it out, but that's where that other side of that shed is. Solar panels, I looked at the inverter before and I didn't actually say anything about it because I was looking at it with my eyes, not with the camera. There is an inverter on the wall because there are solar panels on the roof. How many? Jolly good question. Let me come back to you on that. There's a heap of them up there. And this is what your home looks like from around here. A beautiful place to be, a beautiful looking home. Oh, I guess this pretty much sums it up. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a study, 3 living zones, a pool and a spa. Well, you could have said more than that, mate. There's 3 toilets. You didn't bring that up on your sign, did you? You harped on about it enough in the video. I guess, you know, it must be pretty important to you. This is very comfortable and very attractive living, folks. That gives you a pretty good idea as to everything that is going on. That's been nearly 20 minutes. I think we're about to click over that line. Thank you for taking a look around. Hopefully that's shown you everything you need to see. If there's any questions at all, feel free to get in touch. We'd love to set up a time to show you through in person. It's Mark Rogan from O'Neill Real Estate. I'll chat with you soon.